This is Armageddon time here for a little more, what do you call this? The SHI tournament, the Scrubbingly Hygienic Invitational Tournament. And as we see some ads, as I'm booting up, what do you call this? Multi-Twitch, as I actually should probably refresh right now. Because I got to do a little bit of the cropping of everything. We are going to get underway in just a little bit, because I see we got the racers here. Everybody's somewhat set up. Let me just check Speedruns Live. Going to use the restroom, and then I'll start stream. Also, hello. Thank you, D-Pad Danny. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Everybody is in. It's pretty much just me ducking out is the real issue. So, Speedruns Live, all nice and ready. Let's see. I got my live split ready. Chad is ready. Hopefully Chad is ready wherever you are. And all right, let's do a little crop and shop for Puke 7, because this matchup is going to be D-Pad Danny versus Puke 7. So on that note, let's do a little bit of crop and shop, shall we? All right. So we'll just, I'm not sure what that stuff is around the corners, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it, you know what, as is. Because I'm sure it's, oops, just an aesthetic design by Puke 7. So we can't hold that against him. And that sound you just heard is, in fact, D-Pad Danny going live. So we've definitely got to crop his top. But let's keep this going. There we go. We might have to fudge the aspect a little bit. But you know what? We'll make this work as we go along. Sure, yeah, I mean, everything looks a little flattened out, but we can see on D-Pad's side we have a little bit of buffering, but that's not going to stop us from doing a little bit of the crop shop hotel, taking a stop off there. And we see D-Pad in the upper left corner there. We're going to say goodbye to him. And hello to Tiny Toon Adventures. Here we are. Getting lots of updates on my phone. And once again, the aspect is going to be a little fudgy-o'd for now. It's just because the borders, everything is black. So you're not sure what's part of the game and what's part of the outside border, as is typical with this sort of thing. So I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best here. And let's get a little bit of let's get some audio rolling here, shall we? Here we are. Oh, it seems D-Pad hasn't quite turned off his microphone yet, so we get a little bit of the hum-diddly-dum-dum-dum from him. We can't blame him, though. I mean, the Tiny Toon Adventures theme is extremely catchy, as it were. Maybe I should actually mention to him that just a friendly tip, because... Oh, yeah. I'm always forgetting my stream title, man. Every single time, without fail. I'm actually going to mute you there while I fix this issue right here, right now. It's something that, you know, I'll probably never get over, but that's just kind of how it goes. So this is SHI Tournament D-pad Danny v Puke 7. And the game is, of course, as it always is, Tiny Toon Adventures. Boom. We're in Boomtown. Well, not quite yet. So let's see if D-pad Danny has his microphone off. Apparently he has everything off. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if I can get a good readout on here. Of course, it's a little chippy choppy. I am getting closer to having some good capture materials. We're going to once again do this. Kind of a refresh. Oh, it says something for Puke 7. Let's get that out of there. Oh, and we have an ad for Doom, apparently. Just ignore that. I mean, we're as fun as Doom could be. The real show, the real challenge, the real star of the evening is, of course, Tiny Toon Adventures. And what is up with that thing, Puke 7's constantly being there? Get that out of here, man. Yeah, that thing, it just won't go away. Oh my god, everything, nothing is working. This is a complete travesty. Oh, there we go. Okay, everybody. Can we just please make this work? And I think it was at that time that the stream decided to die. No, we're just waiting for audio. There we go. Okay. Now let's see the racers here. I'll actually get into Speedruns Live and graciously apologize. Sorry about that. Had some issues. Naturally. No worries, buddy. Sounds like we got the Squirrel Meister in here. Okay. You guys ready? Hopefully everybody out there watching is ready. Sure. I like the confidence in Puke 7. Sure. Alright. Remember your dot duns. Good luck, have fun, etc. Unenter. In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Now we're going to have a little bit of a delay, naturally. Let's see how much of a delay there's going to be. Well, it seems both players, at least according to my feed, have started off okay. With relative similarities between the two, and we're off. It is a catastrophe, as D-Pad Danny takes an early death. But luckily it is an early death that can easily be made up at any point in this run. Now I know it looks like it's running at 20 frames per second. It probably is, for, lack of a better term, whereas it's very strange. The multi-twitch, it looks butter smooth. But then I transfer it to my OBS, and it turns into a crud fest. But that's just part of it. I am figuring out. I spent the last 2 hours trying to find a way of capturing not only the audio, but also, not only the video differently, but the audio differently as well through something called iShowU. But once I figure out that and the audio, we are going to have the best restreaming possible. I mean, yours truly. I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn, but beep, beep. But, I can't carry the whole thing alone. We got to have ourselves a completely butter smooth stream here. And as you can see, both of these players are just making some early mistakes. Hopefully, this is where they leave their mistakes. Kind of iron out. Maybe it's been a couple days since they played, or maybe they've overplayed and they're just, trying to get out the kinks before the real show begins later on. D-Pad Danny is showing that he's, finally getting his head into the game. Maybe he just had to, shake out some cobwebs as he's making his way through 1-3. Now, if it gets too bad, I can easily simply refresh the multi-twitch, but hopefully multi-twitch will not be a problem in the future, and I'll be using something else called Streamlink, which seems to be a much better idea through VLC Player. But until then, this is what we got, so please, at your leisure, enjoy it as best as we can. And already the first boss of World 1, the only boss of World 1, D-Pad Danny making quick work of him, but Puke 7 not too far behind, maybe, a little less than a full level behind, but seems that he's making some good progress himself. Nope. That would be Concord Condor. I don't remember too many of his cartoons, whether he was the butt of jokes or whether he was the one making the jokes himself. Kind of like I'd want to say like a Tweety Bird to the Sylvester, but that's a Sweetie Pie's job, who will eventually come into play in level 4-3, I believe. But yes, Sweetie Pie is opposed to Tweety Bird, and D-Pad Danny just sailing through level 2-1 there. I had to actually check what it was. Oh no, Puke 7 taking a death from Dr. Gene Splicer. That is devastating, because that sends him all the way back to the beginning of 1-3, because not only does he have to finish the level, but also has to take on the boss yet again. D-Pad Danny ducking under those fish and making quick work of the swimming level, the one single swimming level. It is what I find a very refreshing take on the rest of the game, because the rest of the game, some very heavy, difficult platforming, but then, you get a little bit of a serene break from it all with this, with a musical score that's actually quite soothing. Puke 7, once again, trudging his way through level 1-3. He just can't seem to break the cycle. But he's not over yet. I mean, the bell is not rung, and as long as that bell has not rung and SRL is saying that the game continues, then you listen to SRL, dang it. It is the be-all, end-all of this, and we must abide by all of its rules, of course. D-Pad Danny, trudging his way, not so much a trudge, but more of a flutter, as you can see, hopping over all the difficult platforms of the pirate level, the devastating pirate level. I myself have some issues getting over those things, but not this guy. This guy is making easy work of it. Look at that, just fluttering over all those things. Whereas Puke 7, finally at the boss of the first world. Let's see if he can't take down Dr. Gene Splicer. There's one hit. And another hit. All it takes is one more, and he's got this in the bag, and he does! He does! He's making his way to World 2. Don't count out Puke 7 until the final level, until we see Max get delivered the prostate exam he so desperately needs. But while we say that D-Pad Danny is already taking down Pirate Gideon Time, as he is affectionately known, and once again makes a pretty clean and easy work of it. Very interesting just how there seems to be a calm that comes over D-Pad Danny's playstyle as he takes on the boss, almost as if fighting the bosses has become a natural second sight for him. Had a little trouble coming up with the terminology there, but we see D-Pad Danny taking furball strats in World 3 in the Happy Woods. And Puke 7 making his way through the first water level here. Soon coming upon the swimming level, which is a great choice if you're Plucky Duck, which of course he is, because why would you choose anybody else? Why would anybody choose Dizzy Devil for any level? Even Shirley the Loon at one point, if you wait long enough on the character selection screen, will say choose Dizzy Devil for the level that D-Pad Danny is in. For World 3, apparently Dizzy Devil is the choice. But from all the people that I've noticed, it's either Plucky or Furball, ride or die for the entire thing. And Puke 7 is being very cautious. He doesn't want to give up, any more lives. But oh no, he wasn't paying enough attention and was totally eaten by one of those fish. But can you blame them, Plucky Duck? I mean, duck à l'orange at this time of year could be quite delicious. I don't know. I've never had duck à l'orange. If anybody is out there, have you eaten duck à l'orange? And if so, what is your opinion? If not, what is your fake opinion? My fake opinion of duck à l'orange, a bit, tastes a bit like chicken and is possibly overhyped. So that's my fake opinion on duck à l'orange. And, is there any other way to prepare duck? I guess pressed duck? I don't even know what that is. Is that like when you press, like a chicken breast in order to, deep fry it or something? I'm not sure. Do they literally press it? Puke 7 almost taking a dip in the drink, where D-Pad Danny is just careening through the spooky caves as he easily took down the spooky forest. It seems that these strats are quite actually impressive, and I myself would consider using furball strats in World 3, but I really need that plucky flying floating ability. It is just almost unbelievably handy for people who maybe have a little bit of difficulty seeing the lower terrain in the more difficult positions. But Puke 7 facing Elmira, hopefully not being delivered another Elmira driver, as we've seen in the past from some of even our more skilled players. D-Pad Danny taking down the third boss, known as Fido. And Puke 7 barely outrunning Elmira Duff. This is unbelievable. It's unprecedented. We're seeing some very close calls, at the same time seeing some devastating deaths. It's unbelievable, just the level of competition that I'm seeing here. I mean, sure, D-Pad Danny might have quite an effective lead at this point, but don't count out Puke 7. I mean, who knows? D-Pad Danny could run into some serious trouble in Boomtown, where he is right now, and the 10 frames per second really puts you on edge, I gotta say. It's just unbelievable. We see D-Pad Danny hopping along the bunny trail. Of course, doesn't always apply when you're a furball, but as you can see, maybe he gets a little too hot under the collar, and all that hopping really puts you in hot water. Or hop water. That doesn't make any sense. And Puke 7 trying to get over all of these spires, as it were, or poles? Yeah, I guess poles is a better word. D-Pad Danny making his way along there. Hopefully he doesn't take another dip into the abyss. Not really sure what's down there. Could just be maybe piles of garbage, but then again, wouldn't Furball feel at home there? Isn't he kind of like a stray cat theme thing going on? I'm not sure. Puke 7 is trying to get his way across here. You got to watch out for those spikes, though, because it is an instant death. I believe even if you have a safety heart, those spikes, it will not save you from the death of those spikes. So he really has to manage himself. But he did, and he's going to make his way to Pirate Gideon time, but with no safety heart. So that is definitely something we have to watch out for. We'll see if he can pull that off, as D-Pad Danny is in a very treacherous level, but manages to get by. Still no safety heart for either competitor here, but... Oh no! D-Pad Danny! Unbelievable! This could really shake things up for the entire competition here. And strangely enough, for some reason he has to also face Duck Vader? What is going on in D-Pad's channel? I'm not sure. It's very strange, but he is now back at the beginning of World 4 as Puke 7, making his way to World 3. An entire world separates them. I'm sure there's something poetic in there, but I don't really have the time nor the skills to think of it. So an entire world separates them, but who knows? Maybe D-Pad Danny gets struck down by another Elmira driver. Maybe he has some difficulty in one of the later levels. It's at this point, anything can happen. I don't know. My hair is completely blown back. As you, if there was a camera on me right now, you would see that it would give the appearance that I am balding. But no, that's just all my hair being blown back from the unbelievable competition that we're seeing here at the SHI tournament. Puke 7, D-Pad Danny. This is to float. D-Pad Danny 3-0. Not really sure what Puke 7's total is there, but he's probably had some difficulty in this, as noticed by some of the deaths, but we can't really hold that against him. This game is rather difficult in speedrunning. I mean, as a game, casually, you can just take your time, be cautious, be careful, methodical, and not take unfortunate deaths like D-Pad Danny just did in that notorious 4-2. And Puke 7 is trying to make his way over all of those spooky trees, as we are in, of course, the spooky forest. I'm sure that is not the official name, but I have dubbed it Spooky Forest because it is a forest and there are spooky trees. So for all I know, this is, in my head canon, I believe the proper word is the Spooky Forest. D-Pad Danny manages to avoid the Elmira driver this time around. So I'm sure he is quite relieved as he goes on to the Climbs of Insanity in 4-3, and Puke 7 himself trying to avoid Elmira. Just running around, being careful. Oh boy. Does manage to avoid Elmira. Everybody is just trying to avoid the lovable squeeze of death from Elmira Duff. And I believe Duff stands for Designated Ugly Fat Friend, which, if you've ever seen the movie, is the furthest thing from what she looks like. She's your typical, what do they call that? Hot ugly? I shouldn't even say that because I think she's supposed to be in high school or college. I don't know. I'm getting off the rails here, but anyway, Elmira Duff posing a problem for both players, but not so much Puke 7 as more for D-Pad Danny. But they both bypassed the Elmiras for their designated stages, as D-Pad Danny making his way to the boss, Danky Kang, and Puke 7 getting closer and closer to facing Fido. Which, not this screen, but I believe the next screen, he will face Fido, if he can manage to avoid the treacherous traps. D-Pad Danny himself trying to avoid the trap of that middle area that's just extremely frustrating for those trying to jump on those little monkeys that Denki Kang likes to summon. Every 2 monkeys that you jump on, I'm not sure if they're monkeys. I mean, he's part of the great ape family, right? But every 2 monkeys that you take down destroys one of the blocks. And D-Pad Danny does it again. Manages to cross 4-3 as he makes his way to Wacky Land and Puke 7 trying to take down the notorious Fido, who is extremely quick on his feet and for some reason likes to go down that middle hole. I wonder why he doesn't die, and yet if Puke 7 was to make his way down that hole, he would die. And D-Pad Danny facing another Duck Vader. Unbelievable! And unbelievable is Puke 7 managing, well, quite believable is Puke 7 managing to defeat Fido, as noticed by his very timely demise. So even though it may seem like this is D-Pad's race to lose, like I said, anything can happen. Maybe Puke 7 blows right by Boomtown, and maybe D-Pad Danny gets stuck in Wacky Land. But it seems D-Pad Danny himself is making some very quick work of Wacky Land, as we face a little bit of desync. I think I'm actually going to refresh multi-twitch. I had a feeling I would at some point, so you know, it's an inevitability. We just kind of have to accept it as it is. And we're facing dual Amazon Prime original advertisements here. But I must say, Amazon does not endorse, nor does it, believe in the views of Amazon Prime or the Grand Tour, I believe this show is called. But we do endorse our own. You should really follow both of these streamers, D-Pad Danny and Puke 7. Wonderful people. And we see that D-Pad Danny is already in the thick of the Montana Max level, the final level of the game. And just making easy work of those spikes until he faces the very last barrage. And Puke 7 was very nervously getting through 4-2, a level I myself always fear every time I play it, and it is just taking him down to losing town, which is extremely unfortunate. Puke 7 seemed to have a lot of hope going into this, but D-Pad Danny, another death at the very same place. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I need a drink. I need a good stiff drink. But all I have with me is you know what? I got nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I am completely dry of all things, just of shock. And including shock is the shock of Puke 7 getting a game over at a crucial point, at such a crucial moment. He must go through all of World 4 again. I know he only made it to 4-2, but still, it is just devastating at this point. Whereas D-Pad Danny pretty much has this in the bag if he doesn't, make any silly mistakes. Again, at this point, I must say this is likely D-Pad's game to lose. So, he is making his way to the final boss, Montana Max. Boxing gloves, coins and all. 3 bops on the head, and we will have ourselves a victor. We have won. And Puke 7 really trying to just avoid death and humiliation at this point. But that's it. It's over with. D-Pad Danny has won. He has taken it. And we are going to go into Discord Gaming to talk with D-Pad Danny. That is, if he so chooses to come in here. D-Pad, are you there? Hello? I'm not hearing anything. I don't even see me registering on there. Hello? Am I muted? I don't even know how to mute myself. There we go. Nope, I'm not muted. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to respond, but we're having a whole lot of issues here. Of course, it's an Armageddon stream! We have both competitors in chat, but I'm not getting anything from either of them. I'm not sure even how to take this.
Let me message him and see what's up.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah, like Arma's not responding, so I don't know if he's set up right. I'm gonna message him.
Okay.
Yes, please do message me.
GG, man.
Yeah, GG to you.
GG's all around.
How far did you get before you forfeited?
Junkyard and level 4, World 4.
I hate the junkyard, dude.
Yeah.
It's like 3-1 and 4-2 are like consistently my least favorite levels.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I had a rough start too. I died a bunch of times in like 1-3, I think.
I died in somewhere. I died like twice in 1-1, just a stupid startup jump or whatever. And then I had 99 carats at the end, or halfway through stage 4, and I was like, well, crap. I got confused for a second and thought I had to think quick because I thought that I was going to finish the level and have to do the Duck Vader and then have to start over the level again. So I just took an Elmira to start over. And then as soon as I did, I realized, wait, no, I have to do the Duck Vader thing when you at the end of the stage, but I would still be able to progress. So I sabotaged my run, like killed like 2.5 minutes right there from having to start the stage over, and still had to do the Duck Vader thing.
I've never actually seen the Duck Vader thing, but
really,
does it reset your carrots after a death, or you have to like do a game over?
Well, see, like I thought that since I was gonna have to do it anyway, I might as well get it over with, and I thought that I'd get another carrot and it would roll up from 99 to 0 or whatever. It didn't roll up; it stayed 99. So I still had to do the stage after I beat the stage. But again, I was confused for a second, thinking, "Oh crap! I'm going to get there. It's going to send me back anyway, so I should just kill myself here instead of wasting another 2 minutes." But yeah, I realized how freaking stupid I was.
I got 99 carats before, but then I didn't finish the level and game over. So I've just never seen that. I mean, or played it myself, I guess I should say.
Right. Yeah, Arma says he said he can hear both of us, but it isn't registering him. Hope he can hear us. So.
Hello?
Yeah, he might have to restart Discord. I don't know. It's been doing the voice chat has just never been predictable.
Well, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm really trying. I've left Discord. I'm going to come back in here. It's pretty much just going to be me saying, GG, guys. What do you think of the race? Oh, I thought it was pretty good. Oh, I had a tough time over here.
The voice chat in Discord sometimes as well. Like, it took me a long time to get used to it. I felt like such an old man. I'm looking at it like, I don't know what any of this does. What am I supposed to push?
It just always has problems with my like audio hardware, but I'm a musician, so I've got multiple things going on, but it's always selected in the right thing. Sometimes I just have to restart it.
Right. I don't know if he's gonna try to like exit out and come back in or what.
He's left and come back a couple times.
Oh, has he? I had another window up. I'm on a laptop, so I don't have multi screens.
But I don't think he's rebooted Discord. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's you got one more race of Tiny Toons, huh?
Yeah, at 10:30 actually. Oh yeah, it should be starting right now. So I'm wondering if Arma, if we're holding you up, go ahead and start setting up for them, if you can hear us. But yeah, whoever wins the 10:30 race between Cantaloupe, me, and Random Effect will go on, and we'll race each other to see. I think the winner of both of the matches move up. So I think I'm moving up.
There's another
And I
race.
think the final match is just to see who gets a game nomination for next season.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. So congratulations on ascending from the cesspool.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, I guess we're gonna assume that that's a wrap since Armo's stuff is messed up. But yeah, good race, man.
Yeah.
I hope to see something from you next season.
Yeah, maybe it's a game I like next time.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm gonna nominate if I get the opportunity though. So I've been putting some thought into it, but I'm not sure. It's a tough choice. There's so many obscure games out there. I'm like, well, I think it boils down to how big of a dick do I want to be, you know? But in all seriousness, even if I put in something that was just a terrible game, I mean, it has to be voted on. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about it a lot too. Not that I've had the opportunity to suggest one. I think Metal Storm would be one that I would suggest, even though it's really hard.
Yeah, that would be a good one though. But I mean, yeah, that one would really be separated by who put in the most practice, more so than a lot of the other games that have been